Hi, this is Rajkumar Pal, and in today's video, I'm going to share my perspective on how to take a life audit so that we can become a consistent as well as uh, as well as stay consistent. And in order to do that, I have a tool or I have a workbook that is going to help us do the same. So there are certain questions around whole our book. There is a lot of tool available to audit our life in all the domains, and these domains, whether it's a health, wealth, career, relationship, spirituality, our business, our contributions, goal, or our physical well-being, mental well-being, whatever the aspirations and goal, there is a certain key life area, we can say that, or the domains where we should require to take in account in order to complete all this life area. And for that to happen, if we are not, we always scattered, there is a chaos, and there is a lot of work going around us, and we are juggling to manage all these things all together, along with taking care of ourselves, taking care of our kids, or taking care of our job, and handling the managing or the financial situations. So it is ultimately lead to the burned out, and we cannot solve some problem where it becomes the very unresolvable or the unsolvable on a first hand. So the part one is that we must focus on our the current energy level, because our energy is a limited, is a finite. We can whatever we try to do, there is the involvement of our cognitive functions, our physical functions, and our emotional functions. And if it is all channeled by the available energy what we have, apart from mingling or doing everything on the hand, and it is special very crucial in for a solopreneurship journey, where you have starting to chase your wildest or the biggest dream. And if we are not so much conscious and so much deliberately focused on the current level of energy, then how we are going to make this thing happen for us? So when it's come, basically there is a three vital part where we have to consider taking account of measuring our energy in the sense how much we are prepared, how what is our mood, what is our level of confidence, or how physically we have left something to act in order to do something apart from our holy grind of overall day. So to rating, we have to rate from scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is the completely drained, or we have so much tired that we cannot move further, or we cannot do something meaningful, and we try to avoid, we try to procrastinate, or we try to delay something, even though which is of our interest, and which is our aligned to our core purpose as well. And the number 10 is where we feel or we think that we have a full energy, or we are fully energized. So in this section, it will come like a physical energy, mental energy, and the emotional energy. So the question or the prompt is that what we have to take when it's come to considering this kind of energy is that first thing is that what gives you energy? List your top three. The first thing that uh, waking, if we are waking up, and we are not set it the priority or what we are going to do, and we are go with the flow of the day, and we don't know even, and we collapsed by the instant demand of the instant draining our attention and energy at the same time. So what gives you energy? So first thing, that whether it is your work, whether it is your hobby, your passion, or your side hustles, or your, what is basically it is from our core interest or the core curiosity, which is where it is deriving us to act in order to get something of by doing that activity itself. So it may be the music or the playing or having a fun or doing a business meeting or selling, whatever it may be. And for me, that is the one thing apart from that, my regular day-to-day job. What is the thing that is energizing me? That I'm always a curious person, and I try to figure out the things which is challenging to me. And for that, I will always reading books or the taking courses or try to understand the stuff that is related to me, and which is it may of my interest, or it triggers my curiosity. So list all of the three things, like launching your business, or the moving from your career, or transitioning from the career, or the maybe it is starting on the side from your free time. All these things have been little to little little to do with our interest. So that's all about things. So listing out all these three things is the one thing. And the second prompt is that second question we have to ask is that what drains your energy, and listing out there is a top three. There is a we cannot come up with the instant answer from that, because it will require a little bit of thinking, and it will consume our energy to write all these things. So what is the energy draining you? Whether it is a people, whether it is a friend, or is it a complex project or complex task, or which mean we always try to fight within ourselves that let me, I have to do these things, I have to give all these things, I have to read the books, I have to send the email, I have to take the communications. So really, or are they an interesting thing at the moment? Are they really important or specific that in manner? Or the gossiping with friends, or we complaining and blaming with your life, that is not, my life is sucking and it's not happening. What I have wished I could achieve all these things. So listing down all these three things. Now let's we deep down the deeping dive to the understanding the role of energy, and where it is draining, or where it is gaining, or where it is not aligned with our whole sense of characteristics, whole sense of being from inside out. So first thing that we have to start from the our sleep. What is my typical sleep quality? There is a one I have referred, one of the sleep doctor. There is, I didn't know the name of that author or the speaker, but if you go on Google and you search the sleep doctor, he was the guy who was guiding us to the our sleep pattern or the sleep identity. There is a four category, and out of that category, what is whether we are getting the enough sleep, or how much sleep is required in order to us to do the cognitive function well, and doing our important thing, and without draining our energy for a moment or the instance. So the first question we have to ask it: I feel most energized when I feel energized when I work, when I engaged with certain kind of tasks, certain kind of activities, no matter what the domain or the what the area is. You have to think like when, for example, when I'm traveling, and when I'm reading something book which is interesting to me, and it is related to my questions to myself, and this thing is energizing me. Second thing is that I can say that whenever the new tools or the technology or any systems or frameworks which is popularized, or the or has been come across in my interest, in my attention, that I scroll through the social media, then all these things are also energizing me. And the third thing is this: whenever I do fully the stuff that is more of to my personal fun, freedom, and feeling like going going something to the swimming, like swimming in the open lake, in the open river. All these things are energizing to me. Though it is a recreational thing, but it is a energetic for me. Or like doing a yoga or doing a meditation. Second question we have to ask is, I feel most drained when I. Always remember, we are calibrating our energy and well-being. So second thing is, I feel most drained when I. What is the movement, or what is the activity, or what is the task you are engaged in, and internally you are uh, recursively, repeatedly, and recurringly you are fighting with yourself. You are thinking in terms in with the space of guilt or the regret, or kind of left behind light of some kind of fear or some kind of self-judgmental stuff is being that. For example, if we have set aside some time for our important work, and we not, instead of doing that work, we are we are we are given our time to the something, like somebody has calling us, and we put away our important thing, and we go directly to answer those things or the engage in other activity. This is the thing that I feel I most drained where. And sometimes, even though we have no what is the list of bunch of the things which is pending on my to-do list, and your family member is shouting at you that you just have to sit down and don't waste your time, all these things are the things that is draining your energy as well. And one small change I could make to improve my energy. So what is the one small change you can do right now, with immediate effect, that is you're going to improve your energy, this is going to restore your energy in terms of food, in terms of exercise, in terms of mentally emotions regulations, in terms of healing, whatever the case may be, whatever the things that is you, which is congruent to us, meaning to us, and aligning to us. And it must not be something that is influenced by others, and we have tried it and then we judging it. It is not the good thing. And how I believe is that the one thing that is I can do small change to make improve my energy is that I'm trying to everything, imagine everything, doing in everything accomplishments in like in a fantasy in my brain, in my in an imaginary way, because this is my characteristic, this is who I am from the core. So, but I'm not writing down, not journaling down. So it will creating the chaos. And when our mind is full of chaos, the energy is going to be derailed or the drain from this. So this is the one tweak, or I can change. I can do the small change in order to regain, restore, and push back my energy for my main goal, or we can say the important goal as well. So this is comes under the uh, energy part. Now, second thing is that what we should do is that hmm, time and focus, because always remember our time and our focus is a finite. This is the thing that we have to preserve, we have to protect, we have to guard more than anything else in our life, in our business. So my most productive time of the day is, we have to think in order to where and what is the time that is good fit for my, as per my biological rhythm, or as per my availability, as per my readiness, as per my mood and available energy as well. So the first thing is the early morning, late morning, afternoon, late afternoon, evening, and late night. So top three activities where I lose track of time. So out of this whole breaking down of the our morning sessions, or sorry, day section, what is the time that you feel like that is the good time to me in act on my complex, critical, important, where my focus is so much narrowed so that I can experience the flow and do the work accordingly. We have to list it down those the time. And out of those time, we have to mention the time that is always like we driven, we are pulling by the demand we are pulling, we cannot resist ourselves, and there is a frictions to stick around that specific time. So we have to list all these three activities. Like for me, I'm always confused whenever I'm trying to do my focus work and something else is demanded by my wife. So I get triggered, and that is the time where I lose track of my time, and even I mean lost my work as well. And top three time drain I could minimize, and we have to tweak something in order to make this happen. What is the time that we can make in order to restore our energy and we can do the important work? Okay, so this is the energy part. And now in the next section, I am going to ask you or do some other exercise that is also important in us to audit our life. And one small change I can make to use my time better. Second part is relationship and connections. So before going to the next section of the next domain of our life, we should reflect, and we have to take notes of that, because it will require at least 10 to 15 minutes to write all these things, making sense all these things, and what can be cut, what didn't can be enumerated, what it should be concluding. All these things is not going to comes at one, but we have to slowly we can make all these things happen. Thank you.